Yeah, very good afternoon to all the members in this conference and all the ERPNext enthusiasts across the globe. My name is Delwin Arackal, and I'm from Craft Interactive Technologies, Dubai, and here is my colleague Neji is also with me. Thanks again to especially Frappe team who brought this conference and giving us an opportunity to share few of our client experiences. And we have been getting a question always, Delvin, why Craft Interactive is associated exclusively with ERPNext, since we started our journey. So I thought this is the right forum where we can address this, and happy to share a few of, Neji will take you through that, client experiences. Well, before we take you through our journey, the journey actually started in 2015, 2016, where the company founders, they had a group of business back in Dubai. So they were evaluating a ERP solution for their own business, because business grown up, they had a lot of manual systems, Excel, they were managing it, but it was a time where they really needed a solution, automated mechanism which can, take their business into next level. They literally, scouted for a good solution. Market was that day they knew that, ERP is not one or two. There were, tens or hundreds of ERP solutions. There are biggies, there are small ones, licensed version, freeware, proprietary solution, lot of variants they found. Finally, they identified a decent one which they thought they can, meet their requirements and within their budget. Started, the project was on. They thought this will get rolled over within a few months, but it took almost a year. They put a lot of effort to make it up and running. End of the year, they realized this ERP is not going to fly. It got backfired, and they knew this is not going to happen. They wasted a lot of money, energy, and time into it. But the need still remained. It was inevitable for them to avoid such a requirement. So this time they were very careful. They wanted a real software, which can which is agile and which should move along with the growth of the company. And they got, someone referred a company called ERPNext in 2016. It was not that big known name like what we have now. But they thought, okay, let's try this. This is a freeware. They thought, this we will try with it. The system, they brought a couple of engineers to develop it, customize it the way they wanted. They thought, okay, last time, the big software, it took an year, so they expected like 6 to 9 months. But within 45 days, the system was rolled out, and it was perfect in shape. They thought, this time the founders, they wanted to make sure system is very good and can meet all their requirements. So what happened is the system was up. This time they made acid test on the system. They wanted to check each and every part of the system. Is it really working? Because last time they already burned their fingers. So this time, before it goes to the business, they wanted to really make sure it's clean in shape. They done a very extensive testing on that. A UAT was done by the founders actually. Then system proved its own the core metal in it. That was really confident. The team got a great confidence in the system. It was a beautiful system got delivered. That was the point Craft Interactive was born. 2017, the company was formed, because they realized that there is a shortage in the market, that kind of ERP, because Middle East, there are ERPs, but small and medium companies, they cannot afford the big ones, or they didn't see much of flexibility in those systems. They thought, yes, we are going to bring this software. Then we brought, the company was, 2017, it got formally, registered, and we started our crawling and small, journey. We started with 2 employees, and The journey was awesome. It really took time. It was an organic growth. And today we stand with 150 plus implementations across the region. You ask me any vertical, I have a client to refer definitely. That is a confidence we bring today. And our senior management, we hold 25 years of cumulative experience in ERPNext itself. And clients, if you have any reference, please do reach me. I am there to guide. I am there to give you a reference for sure. So, one more point I would like to showcase. We had multiple rounds of discussions on Frappe Cloud. Frappe Cloud is one of the premium solution, premium product which Frappe brought into the market because till Frappe Cloud was launched, our engineers were literally struggling with every alternate day we had an issue with the server hosting. My clients were like, I had this issue, that issue, and they were literally, behind that issue. Sometimes it's a physical server, accessing was an issue. Other servers, we had a lot of restrictions, limitations, but since Frappe Cloud was launched, we never had that kind of issues, and the product is superb, amazing, and 95% of my those kind of related hosting related issues got resolved. And in last May, we saw that Craft Interactive was one of the partner who hosted as per Frappe blogs. We knew that we hosted highest number of production sites in Frappe Cloud in 2022. So thanks a lot. Thanks for the support. And I pass on to Neji. He will take you through some of our unique cases, where how we journey was done. Right? Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, myself, Neji. I would like to thank Frappe team and the community for giving us this wonderful product, Frappe and ERPNext, and also giving this platform to give us share some experience that we come across over the last 5 years, which is specific to our region requirements and some of the solution that we could provide by using Frappe and ERPNext. So as you know, the oil and gas industry, the significance of oil and gas industry in our region as GCC contribute almost 60% of OPEC. We were fortunate to interact with some of the clients from this segment. When we started interacting with these clients like Petroblant, OGI, what we understood, like, they are mainly catering to three sections, three divisions. One is like a trading opportunity. The second one we understood it is a rental of this heavy oil rigging machines and assets, and the manufacturing and the service of this maintenance of these particular machineries. Now, Frappe or ERPNext already have features to run trading and manufacturing processes. Only there was little bit of gap which we had to fine tune to meet the client requirement. But when it came to rental division, the main challenge was to track down the asset, thousands of assets which were in million, spread across all the client location, offshore location, and what is their status, when it's going to return back, and is it in the correct shape, and when it is returning back, whether is it properly checked. All these things were the biggest challenges that they were raising. So now, and one more thing that they brought up was, some of the cases, this asset might not even come back. About 20-25% of the time, this can get damaged because of the heavy drilling and the process that happens in the oil rig. It might not come back, and it become beyond the damage repair, and also it can get lost in the process. So now, considering all these elements, we started interacting with few clients, and we consolidate all their requirement. We initiated a module which can cater to oil and gas industry rental division. Okay, we started with a process which is an ERPNext standard feature, which is opportunity. Then it gets converted into estimation, which is very crucial for this industry because the cost, it can vary over the period of time because the rental contract can vary maybe 3, 6 months, 1 year. But the elements of this tariff, it can be changed based on the status, how this asset is lying in the client location. Maybe it could be a standby, or it could be an operational, or as I mentioned earlier, it can get damaged, how to recover the cost, or if it needs a fine-tuning or redressing during this process and put it back to the client side. So all these things we have to measure during the time of estimation, which will also get later connected to the project to always identify what is the cost, like as this contract is running. So we always connected this estimation to the project. Then the standard process like rental quotation, where we identify which location, which was one of the main challenge to track down the asset, which location it's going to be moved, and make sure this asset availability based on the quotation. Now, once the rental order is confirmed, once the rental order is confirmed, what happened, we try to address the other issues like issuing this asset and how long, when, from where, and which date it is the rental is supposed to start. And there is another part, whenever this item is going outside, it has to make sure that the proper quality check is done, because it could be fatal once these assets reach without a proper quality check. So it is a mandatory thing. And we also track down the, the rental receipt with the quality check. Also, once the item is reach this one client location, we try to map it against a timesheet based on the different status. So the complete process, which is needed for rental division, along with some sub-rental quotation also, sub-rental division also. Some case what can happen is, the client has a requirement which they don't have, this, my customer does not have, so they sub-rent it from somebody else, they bring it here and they rent it to the customer. So that part also we had taken care. And now this product is in a good shape, which we can confidently give any oil and gas industry rental division. I think we could map almost 80% of the requirement with this module. Now, going to the second case study, I would like to highlight the marine industry. So you know the significance of the marine industry in a region because of the number of ports that we have, the number of special economic free zone. And as you know, the Dubai has a special title as a distribution hub for Middle East region. So we get a lot of inquiries from this marine industry, but there was always a gap when it's coming to agency services which marine industry provide. Like this, most of the ship that coming into our port does not have the owners might be from different country. They don't have a local facility or officers to facilitate all the requirement which is related to marine when the ship arrived our Dubai port. Now, okay. So what we thought was, when we started interacting with this client, we understood that one of the bigger gap was to manage their resources, the crew, which is coming here, which has to go back, it has to be changed with another crew if it is not, if they have already traveled 3 to 6 months in the ship. So that kind of arrangement, from once it is reaching the port, they have to have all the documentation which is related to their government requirement, and the travel requirement, visa processing, everything has to be fulfilled. So we try to map everything over this crew module. I think there is one of the slide is missing, but I wanted to tell you that part again. So there are other part like which is very crucial about the technical and service part of the ship parts, which we had listed down as a scheduling. So which it is very crucial to get the certification and the repairing and the services and a periodical or based on the distance it is traveled. So that part also we had mapped down in another module, which is, I'm not able to see it in the slide, but otherwise this part, and one more thing is an operational, general operational, that is also covered in the marine segment module that we have created. And we are in the process and to fine tune this product by interacting with few more clients, which we are hoping to roll out in the marketplace maybe very soon. And I would like to call up Delwin to continue with the presentation.
Neji, so we want to again share one more interesting story from one of the fintech startup, in KSA. So till we had this client, this was first startup, which we extended our service, as a solution provider. So this came with a region-specific requirement because this had to undergo the Islamic Sharia compliance and central bank regulations and guidelines. So this project came with a lot of mandates which we had to make sure So what we offered, the startup firm, they had a very beautiful front-end screen, front-end module, which they can in a very flash of second, they could open an account, loan application, and everything was very very beautifully done. What they were lacking was a backend where they were looking for an engine which can hold all the client applications, loan applications, dispersal, and the profit rate calculations, and the principal, and all these part. They were looking for an solid engine which can meet. So we onboarded this client, and it was a really working solution for them. And we believe that was a very good realization for Craft Interactive, that we can do a lot better for startups. So we are happy to support all startup companies who similar or different requirements. We are there to support these startups. And another one, this is a charity association. All this time we were dealing with all profit-making companies manufacturing these. But this is another unique case, came with zero profit-making. So when I was going to the client visit, my sales team asked, Delwin, what are you going to show there? Because we never had a ready-made product. I said, come, let's see what we can do. So we went there. It was a semi-government organization in UAE. They had a very strong structure, and the requirement was to meet their Islamic Sharia-based donation management. So we went there. You all know that we don't have a ready-made solution to meet this, but all we had was our confidence was, yes, we will give you something. That was the only idea when we went for that client. And we showcased that this is what my client, these were the past experience. And we managed different verticals. And we just showed, we explained, and client was so convinced, okay, Delwin, you can do it. This is ERPNext has got that kind of flexibility there, you can make it. That was the point we got this charity association in UAE, and that's it. And last but not least, you all know Earthians in Calicut. Yesterday we had a award ceremony as well. We have been associated with Earthian for long, and now we partnered formally with Earthian. We float our Craft India entity back in Calicut, India, and we will be operating our sales as well, which will cater our other outlets as well. And we believe this collaboration can bring a lot of new inputs to our ecosystem. And definitely all this time we have been taking it from Frappe and ERPNext. So we believe this is a time we can start bringing some value back to our ecosystem, and then hoping to do that. And that's all from our side. And thanks a lot. Thank you very much for this opportunity.